Vienna or Falls Church City. If you're relocating to Northern Virginia, these two show up almost on every family shortlist. They're 10 minutes apart, but they feel completely different. One is an independent school system most people moving here have never even heard of. I live in one and I sell in both because they are the most popular cities, towns, neighborhoods that I hear from families relocating to Northern Virginia. So this video is going to be an honest breakdown, including the one difference that surprises almost every relocating family. First, what these two places are, because this trips people up. Vienna is a town inside of Fairfax County. But when people say Vienna, what they usually mean is the town plus a little bit of the surrounding area. So zip codes we're talking about is 22180, 22181, and 22182. You're in the Fairfax County school system, and the heart of Vienna is Maple Avenue and Church Street. They're the walkable downtown strip. Now, Falls Church City, on the other hand, is not a part of Fairfax County School District. It's only 2 square miles, and the locals, they call it Little City. It runs its own government, its own school district, and those 2 square miles, that's it. That's what you get, but they are awesome, and families and people moving here absolutely love it. So when you're comparing the two, you're not comparing two neighborhoods. You're comparing a town and a big county system to a little self-contained city. So keep that in mind as we continue to go through the differences. Let's talk about commute. Where you're going to work really is going to decide which one is better for you and your family while you're living here in Northern Virginia. Falls Church City, it's a little bit closer to DC. It's right around the Beltway. So if your job is in the government, or you're working in Foggy Bottom, FSI, you're working in Arlington, or even into the city, really, it's not super far from Falls Church City. Not only that, there's 2 Metro. It's got East Falls Church Metro on the edge of the orange line, and it's got West Falls Church Metro close by. So when you're looking at a house, you should really compare your location. If you're not going to be driving to work, you want to really rely on public transportation, then you've got these 2 Metro stops that'll make it a little bit easier for your commute in towards the city. Now, Vienna is just outside of Falls Church City. It takes about 15 minutes, to be honest, from Vienna to Falls Church City. It's not bad, but it's 15 minutes difference. In Vienna, you've got the orange line, and most of my clients will drive to Tyson's, or they're not the ones working in the city. They work in different outskirts around Tyson's. Those families tend to pick Vienna because they're not relying on public transportation quite as much. We're also super close to Reston here in Vienna. So you can make that commute super quickly, super easily, and it's just different. It's just different. So if you're in Vienna, can you commute into the city? 100%. I know I get a lot of heat about this on my social media, but it is only a 25-minute drive from Vienna into the city. And I'm not even in the Vienna. Like, I'm on the outskirts a bit. So that drive in towards DC during traffic times, don't get it twisted, during traffic times is really only 25 minutes. It's not that bad. I absolutely suggest working with ChatGPT or whatever AI that you're using to put in the best commute times to avoid high expensive tolls if you're going to drive into the city from Vienna, but it is 100% possible and you don't need to freak out about it. They're both good. So Falls Church City, think more metro accessibility. And Vienna, yes, we have a metro stop, but you're probably commuting in most likely on 66 when there is a toll. So you just want to make sure that you know the best times to travel in. Okay, let's talk about budget now, housing, and what your budget's going to get you. So Falls Church City, remember we just said it's only a 2 square mile area. It is not big. So the houses don't come up that often. There are a bunch of teardowns still, to be honest with you, in Falls Church City. There's just not that many homes. And if they're renovated, if they're new builds, if they're bigger, they go fast and it's super competitive. I actually have had multiple Falls Church listings in this year, 2026. And if we made it to the market, we didn't last 24 hours. That was even in the summer slowdown. A single family home, priced right, renovated with size, easy to move in. It's not going to last long in Falls Church City. And frankly, it's still kind of a mix of new construction, small homes. It's still being developed. So one opportunity in Falls Church City is maybe you buy a teardown and you build what it is that you want to get, because the houses just don't come on the market very often. And that, again, it's because of the size. So it's going to be competitive whenever there is a Falls Church City listing. So you've got to be ready for that. Now, Vienna, on the other hand, it's a bigger market. It's got more houses coming on at any given time. Now, it is still super attractive and competitive. It is also still a mix of housing. You have, I would say, the teardowns still that are existing right now in Vienna. You have the new construction or the recently renovated, and you kind of have the middle ground as well. But if I'm being honest with you, sometimes I see customers, clients getting frustrated because that middle ground, which is about $1.5 million price point, 1.2 to 1.5, they're not like, how do I say this? You're not walking in like, oh my gosh, this is my forever home. This is so awesome. It might still feel a little small. The primary bath might be a little bit small. You're not getting all this wide open concept. Anything that you're looking for with size, kind of easy living that you're seeing on HGTV, on all of these home renovation shows, you're looking that you're going to have to spend closer to $2 million, but you've got that same price point in Falls Church City. And so really, there's not that much of a difference in pricing, because in the house that we just sold in Falls Church City at 1.875, it was a 3-level home, no basement, really turnkey. You didn't have to do anything. A primary bedroom with 3 secondary bedrooms on the living level, plus an upstairs that would be like a basement, let's say if it were here in Vienna. And it went almost at 1.9, which is really what you're going to get for the same square footage and sizing in Vienna. The difference is Vienna still has like a bigger mix of homes and style of homes and renovation styles of homes that are coming to market. So you're going to see a bigger range of pricing in Vienna and more houses to look at in Vienna because the size is just so much bigger. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go with schools. Now, this is the difference that families sometimes are shocked by, but it's also the thing that drives other families to Vienna and Falls Church City. Again, Vienna is a Fairfax County Public School. So most of the town feeds to Madison High School. Some of it feeds to Marshall High School. They're both on good school ratings, which you can go look at yourself. They are both rated really highly. I will say, when you live here and you're in the town and you're hanging out a lot more, Madison High School is really, it's rated high for school and academics, but it's also rated really high for athletics. Marshall High School, on the other hand, has an IB program. Again, really great academics, not known as much for their athletics. Now, Falls Church City, which is what we're actually comparing to Vienna, it runs its own school district. Falls Church City Public Schools, it's one of the smallest districts in Virginia. And what people love about Falls Church City is that all the kids go to Mount Daniel and Oak Street for elementary, Mary Ellen Henderson for middle, and it's Meridian High School. There is this thought that Meridian High School is an easier transition for kids when they're relocating in and out of Northern Virginia. I don't know why. I think it's because more kids' parents have that same thought. So a lot of relocation families are trying to get into that school district, which means you're getting more relocating kids coming in and out of the school. And so that ease of transition to making new friends, there are other kids that are also relocating. So it feels, I think, a little bit easier. for those kids. Now, I will say, there are a lot of families relocating to Vienna as well. Vienna is a small town where families grow up and stay. There are a lot of kids that are friends because their parents were friends when they were kids. And when you're relocating into an area, that isn't always the easiest to maneuver into, but I don't want you to freak out and panic and think, wait, there are no relocating kids that my kids are going to be friends with. You don't have to worry about that. They will make friends. There are families that relocate because Vienna is so desirable for the other reasons, that there are families that do come, that relocate their kids. They'll come even just for rentals for a couple years. And you don't have to think that your kid's not going to make friends because all the kids have been friends since they were in elementary school. That does exist, but it is not everything. I am not going to break down the school system's rankings here on this video. If you want, you can absolutely look that up online. I legally cannot do it. So we're just going to say that for that. Now, let's go into our next category, which is lifestyle and feel. Both of them are walkable. Both of them really do have this great community feel where they're doing tons of events, tons of activities for all age ranges. You have the W&OD Trail, the Washington and Old Dominion Trail, that run through both downtowns, so which is incredible because you can bike, you can run, you can be out there, your kids can learn to ride their bikes in either place. And that's why I think so many people tend to fall in love with both, because they're really similar in feel and in lifestyle. I always say that Vienna feels like we've gone back in time. It's really a classic American town. Maple Avenue, Church Street, they've got small businesses. They're trying to bring in some other businesses too, to keep it hip, to keep it popular, to keep it up and running. They have constant carnivals. Memorial Day weekend, we've got Viva Vienna. They've got the Halloween parade. They're always trying to do things for everyone to get involved in Vienna. Falls Church City, frankly, it feels really similar. They are a smaller, more dense community, but everyone is out and about too. They have the farmers market every single weekend all year round. You've got that trail that's connecting things. They are building up with newer restaurants, newer shops, newer activities, which makes Falls Church City feel a little bit fresher, in my opinion now. But in my honest opinion, you can't go wrong with either of them. They're both going to feel pretty similar. Both have walkability. Both have a lot of community feel to them, and also have shops and dinners right there, right outside your front door. But now let's talk about two things that my relocating buyers don't consider before they move here. One is taxes. Falls Church City sets its own real estate tax rate, and it runs higher than Fairfax County's tax rate. So that is something, when you're looking at what your budget gets you and what you're comfortable with spending on the house, look at the taxes. It's going to be different in Falls Church City because they can set their own, and they are a little bit higher than Fairfax County. Now, if you're in the town of Vienna, you get a little extra taxes as well. So again, remember, we talked about Vienna is really 3 zip codes, 22180, 22181, and 22182. Only part of that is the town of Vienna. That part has higher taxes, but outside of it follows the normal Fairfax County taxes. Number 2, the difference is inventory. We briefly spoke on this earlier because housing, budget, competition, right? Falls Church City is small. There's just not as many houses coming to market. So when they do and they're turnkey, they are going to go fast. Honestly, less than 24 hours. Sometimes they don't even make it to the market. We already talked about that. So if you're considering moving and buying in Falls Church City, you have to be ready to be aggressive and maybe buy a house that even I haven't been inside of. I know it's scary. Sometimes those sacrifices are worth making for families if you want to be in that school district, that walkability, that location with a turnkey type of home. And then Vienna you're still going to get that same competition, but the inventory is going to be higher. You're going to be able to look at more houses more quickly. You're going to be able to get in my opinion, faster just because of the number of houses that come to market. It's a little bit easier. So, which one do you pick? How do you know which one is for you? Frankly, if it's me, I don't think you can go wrong. I think you set up your search for both of them and you wait and find the house that is best for you and your family and what you want your lifestyle to be like. If you're commuting more in the city and you don't want to be in a car, I think Falls Church City wins. Falls Church City has the 2 metros stops, so that would probably be the one way that I would lean if I needed accessibility to the metro. But if your work isn't in the city and you've got a little bit more geography to play with, then maybe lean Vienna so you have more house options. You can make sure you get your offer accepted quicker because you're working with an amazing agent. But if you can't decide, it's totally normal. Let's have a conversation. Half of my relocation clients end in Falls Church City and half of my relocation clients and in Vienna. It's probably not half and half because we do have a ton of clients that land in Burke. That's another really popular spot for our clients. But it really is, when my clients reach out, they usually have those 2 spots in mind, Vienna, Virginia, and Falls Church City. So if you are moving to Northern Virginia and Falls Church City or Vienna, Virginia are on your radar, make sure you reach out now. Let's have this full conversation. We can go a little bit deeper about the neighborhoods in Vienna. We can go even deeper on how many houses we're seeing in Falls Church City, how you can be the most competitive when you're ready to write the offer, because you do not want to wait when you're picking Vienna or Falls Church City. They move quickly. People love to live here. It's super desirable. And so you don't want to wait and miss out on the house, on a season. It makes it so much more stressful if you wait until right before you move. So email me, Casi@thecareycollective.com. Send me a text, 513-284-5396. You can DM me on Instagram. You can comment on this video. You can literally reach me on any single social media platform, because our goal at the Carey Collective is to make your relocation so much smoother and so much less stressful. We want to take the stress off of you and make it as easy as possible. And we hope that these videos really, really help you, because we've done it. We've lived this life, and we want to make sure that yours is a little bit easier and that we can support you, helping everyone get set up with very minimal downtime when you're moving here to Northern Virginia.